Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for August. Hope everyone's July went well, I hope you survived the heat waves, and I hope the heat waves abate soon for those who are suffering through them. The channel news this month, we broke 14,000 subscribers. I rather expect 15,000 subscribers will be hit somewhere in December or January, so I'll have to start considering a 15,000 subscriber special. So do look forward to that. In terms of new content on the channel, Breath of Fire 2 started just about a week ago. It's doing quite well already, and a lot of people are enjoying that. I do appreciate all the comments and likes and feedback that game is getting. I know a lot of people were looking forward to that after I wrapped up Breath of Fire 1 as well, so I'm having fun. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Bear in mind, no, the encounter rate doesn't get better. It's awful. I've also started uploading the Crystalis replay stream that I did not too long ago. Actually, May. I see that in the description there. So that'll be going for the next couple weeks. I think it was about 14 videos that I got out of that. And as soon as the Thea the Awakening stream footage ends, I'll start uploading the Zelda playthroughs that I've done. I streamed Zelda 1, 2, and 3, A Link to the Past. So those will be going up in subsequent order after Thea the Awakening wraps up. I have finished up all those games, so something new will be coming on Monday. No, I haven't said what that will be yet. Fallout 2 is still ongoing, of course. It's a fairly lengthy game. Similar length to Fallout 1, maybe a bit longer, so we still got a bit of time left in that. Imperator Rome and... Imperator Rome is wrapping up pretty soon. I haven't finished recording it, but there really isn't much left. I have, I think, like 20 or 30 in-game years left last time I recorded. Last time I ended the recording session. So, that's very close to the end. I have gotten all the achievements that I can out of that, all that I want to out of that this campaign. So at this point, I'm mainly playing to see the end screen, which I have not seen yet. I don't want to, show that to you guys as viewers and stuff like that. Once that wraps up, I don't know if I'll dive right into a new campaign. They're kind of coming out with updates pretty fast with that are not like full expansions. They're really revising a lot of game mechanics with these updates based on viewer player feedback and stuff like that, and it oftentimes breaks save games, Iron Man save games. So a little bit leery on diving into another campaign. I might wait until I come out with a full expansion, or they're basically say, all right, we're good with the post-release feedback update cycle, and now we're lengthening out our updates, kind of thing. I'm going to give it a bit of time, probably. The Stellaris Megacorp multiplayer, that's still ongoing. We're still recording. We haven't finished that yet. A big part of it is just late-game Stellaris, and with, multiplayer, it's slow. The game is really, really slow and laggy, unfortunately. But we want to get to the... Ideally, we want to get to the endgame crisis, which has not spawned yet. But we shall see. Other than that, of course... I think it was last month that I wrapped up the Great Works Crusader Kings 2 campaign. It was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed that. And of course, since Breath of Fire 2 started, I wrapped up Tales of Vesperia that has kind of been going on for ever. It was a very, very long game. I'm going to avoid really long RPGs, I think, for a little bit. Although, what is very long can kind of depend on your perspective. I mean, that was very long. Um, some of the Final Fantasy games can seem very long, but are they really? I don't know. So, uh, I'll be trying to focus on some of the shorter things. But speaking of Final Fantasy, the winner of the Patron's Choice Let's Play poll was Final Fantasy Tactics. I will be playing War of the Lions. That will be starting this month. I've done some recording already. There's some glitchiness with the music. It's an emulator issue, and it was introduced a few versions ago, and they haven't fixed it. And there's really nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. But other than that, the game plays very well. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm using a patched version of the game a fan patch that eliminates the massive slowdown that the actual release had. Which, as I understand it, the US release actually fixed some of the slowdown that the Japanese version had, so the Japanese version was even worse. It's really weird that they would let something like that go and miss that and not get that fixed, but whatever. Some fans fixed it, so that's pretty great. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. It's a great game. As I said, I'm playing the War of the Lions version, which has some new cinematic sequences, and they are absolutely gorgeous. So, as a fair warning, I do kind of drag out the story battles a bit to, get extra job points and experience points and stuff like that. So, just to keep that in mind, if the response to that is like overwhelmingly, speed up these battles, they're dragging, they're taking too long, they're boring, I'll definitely do that. But I just wanted to give you guys a fair warning, heads up, because I'm doing the Let's Play the way that I would actually play the game if I was not Let's Playing. So that may not produce the best content for the channel. We'll see. I'll definitely take feedback into account when I get to that. Anyway, other than that, that's mostly the main channel stuff. As many of you are aware, I mentioned it in the last month, and I had some videos about it. This in July, fellow Let's Player Zerfall held his charity stream, raising money for the MS Society of Canada to fund research into that disease, multiple sclerosis. And it was hugely successful. Our goal was 4,500 Canadian, and we raised $5,105. So that is just absolutely fantastic. I really appreciate everyone who came out from my channel, from my viewers, to support us, both in watching the streams and donating. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. I've mentioned before, multiple sclerosis is it is close to me. One of my aunts died of it, so having people support the streams and the charities in this way really does mean a lot to me, and I really do appreciate it. I created a video announcing a donation reward. So those who donated, do make sure that you leave a comment indicating a character that you want created in a Crusader Kings 2 campaign that I will be playing. It's going to be a little while, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a mod, and I'm going to put that mod out there for any of the donators, really anyone, really, but specifically for the donators. So you can play as your character that I create in the Crusader Kings 2 campaign. So I need to learn how to do the mod. So it's not going to be, Like, don't expect this within a couple weeks. But do give me your information sooner rather than later. I believe the donations are still open, so if you donate now, it'll still go towards this goal. So if you want a character, you can still donate. Do check out the video. I'll include a link in the description to the video if you want to pop in and see what the requirements are with the for getting a character created. And again, if you haven't created a character, please do so. It doesn't have to be fully detailed if you don't know Crusader Kings 2. I've essentially made it loose enough that someone unfamiliar with the game can get a character that they'll like into the game. So please check that out and let me know what you'd like created if you've donated. Once again, I really thank everyone who supported us on that. The videos for the stream have not gone up on YouTube yet, as Zerfall's been pretty busy since then. He actually had to do the whole bike ride thing. And other things going on as well. But those should be coming. He said he hopes to get some of them coming up pretty soon, so I'll probably be linking them on Discord. If I see him tweet any of them out, I'll definitely retweet them. And I'll be putting them in a playlist on my channel, so keep an eye out for that stuff. That's basically it for the channel. As many of you are aware, I have been running a long-term project. Once a month, I update an AD&D deity to a later AD&D format. I refer to it as the Faiths and Avatars format because that's the book that debuted the format of writing up deities. They're very detailed. To a great extent, most of the information is setting neutral. There's a lot of, what's generally referred to as fluff, quote-unquote, as opposed to the crunch of rules. So, if you, regardless of what edition you play, if you have these deities in your campaign world, which many of them show up in the campaigns of Greyhawk and Forgotten Realms, and you want to add a bit of extra flavor to your, villains or allies, or even give players some more options. Most of these are, since this is a Monster Mythology update, most of these are non-human deities, non-demi-human deities. So many of them don't really fit into player character archetypes, but hey, everyone's campaign is different. This kind of information might be of interest to you. This month I've posted Daragor the Wolflord. He is the patron of werewolves and sea wolves. Check him out and read through him. He can be a pretty interesting entity to add into your campaign if you want to make your werewolves and sea wolves a little bit more interesting. And again, if you want to check out the all the old ones, the Link Monster Mythology update on the blog itself, there's a lot that I've done. I think I'm about probably about 70% complete. Given that there are some entries on here that I don't have in the list, in part because I haven't decided where exactly they'll go and whether I'll actually do them. But they're on the be considered list. But check that out. I'll include a link as always in the description of the video below. And finally, I want to thank everyone who has been supporting me on Patreon. Patreon support has gone up this month, and it really does mean a lot to me. I genuinely can't thank you guys enough. Words cannot express what it means to me that people are actually willing to say, hey, I enjoy your stuff enough that I'm willing to throw you a few bucks every month. It really does mean a lot and goes a very long way towards keeping the content coming on the channel and keeping a lot of content on the channel. So really, I do thank you guys a lot. Currently, we're working our way towards a new goal. At the $600 per month level, I will add a new video series on the channel that will be specifically, like, essentially the Patron's Choice Let's Play that I ran the poll for and will be coming this month, that I basically do once a year now. That will be an all-the-time thing. There will always be a video uploaded every day that is a Patron's Choice Let's Play. You know, basically, as one wraps up, I'll be running a poll to find out what replaces it, and then run a poll to see what replaces that, and run a poll to see what replaces that kind of thing. So, you know, if you want more direct input in what I play, you know, support me on Patreon, get me to that $600 goal, and then, you know, start nominating games and voting. And, you know, you guys can have, you know, direct input into, you know, what we're playing. The previous goal was the monthly multiplayer, so, you know, there's good interactivity and stuff coming to the channel through this. It's not just all for patrons. Generally, the way that I see Patreon is that those who are supporting me on Patreon are not just supporting me, but they're supporting everyone who views, whether they can support me on Patreon or not, because, you know, what they get as rewards also becomes something that everyone can participate in and enjoy. So I don't have, like, gated content where a series is uploaded just for patron viewers and stuff like that. Everyone gets to benefit from their support, their largesse. And I really do appreciate everyone willing to support me. And, you know, $1 per month is not very much. $12 per year, it's, for most people, it's going to be a drop in the bucket. I, you know, definitely understand people who have, you know, financial difficulties and stuff like that, and I'm not asking for people to do more than they can, but if you can do $1 a month, I would really appreciate it. It goes a long way. You know, if dozens and dozens of people did that, that really does add up. It goes a long way. It's a lot of support for not much individually. You know, it's very much like distributed support. And I always appreciate it when people are willing to support me that way. So I once again want to thank you guys. Your names are scrolling by on the bottom. You know, these are the heroes of the channel, and I want to thank you guys for, you know, everything that you've been doing to you know, support me. On top of that, there are other ways. If you're, you know, don't want to use Patreon, you don't have a payment method that works with them, but you've got an Amazon Prime account, you can do Twitch Prime subscriptions, tie your Amazon and your Twitch accounts together, and once per month you can subscribe to a Twitch channel, and at basically, you know, no extra money from you, you are supporting those creators, and they're getting some money out of that. So that's a really, really good way of supporting, especially if you already have an Amazon Prime account or you're considering getting an Amazon Prime account. Twitch subscriptions are also good, but in general, if you have an even choice, if it's a 6 of one, half dozen of the other situation between Twitch and Patreon, Patreon is better. I get a bigger cut out of your support. I get 50% over on Twitch for everything other than Twitch Prime subscriptions. On Patreon, it's closer to 90%, depending on the level of support and how many other people a given person is supporting. So it really tends to be better to do it through Patreon. But, you know, do what works for you. That's pretty important. if you can't do Patreon, but you can do Twitch, and you're comfortable with that, absolutely go that way. There are multiple tiers on Twitch. You can choose any of them that works for you. You'll get access to exclusive emotes, which, yay. I mean, some people like that, some people don't, but it is a thing. It is one of the benefits. Yeah, the more subscribers that I get on Twitch, the more publicly available emotes there are. So that's also something to keep in mind. I mean, it is a more, another of the things that viewers can do to support everyone who views. Bits are also great. Again, any way that you want to support me, I appreciate all of it. Don't think, do what is comfortable for you if you feel comfortable supporting the channel. Anyway, I want to thank you guys again for, all the support that you've been giving me. The views, the comments, the likes, all of that means a lot. Helps with the, getting the videos to return higher in search results and stuff like that. It does go a long way, especially with new videos, new series, and popular things like Crusader Kings 2 and Stellaris and stuff like that. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this update. Thank you guys for, everything that you've been doing to support me, and, if you're interested, please check out the monthly multiplayer on Discord. Links will be in the description below. And I'll see you in the next monthly update or future video. Thanks, everyone.